families. My name is Ms. Clark, and I am the principal of our Liberty Elementary campus, alongside Ms. De Silva, our Director of Operations. We are so excited to walk you through some of the expectations that ultimately lead to your scholar success at our North Star Academy program. Let's jump in. This is an example of student writing during our kindergarten year. Notice in September, it doesn't really look like writing, but by March, they just simply blow us away. This is a direct reflection of our program. It is not just the evolution of our scholars' writing, but the fact that writing in March represents so many of our scholars' progressions, not only in writing, but in math, literacy, and so much more. Why are we here? We are here because urban education is in a state of crisis. And ultimately, we exist because our families deserve a choice, and they deserve to partake in rigorous academics for their children and have a joyful community where their children are seen and heard. Why else do we exist? In 50 years, the racial achievement gap has barely shifted. Black and Latino students have less opportunity to succeed academically, and that is just not okay. It is not fair. And it is why we serve the way we do. And when we think about results, we think about the results of our statewide assessments, our PARC results, now called NJ-SLAY, which reveal a gap between students based on family income. And again, this is an injustice. So why are we here? We are here because your zip code, your income level, your background should not determine your future. We know that our scholars are more than capable of being the masters of their own destiny. Our scholars prove every day that zip code does not determine their future. Last year, a team of our young women from North Star Academy, Washington Park High School, competed in one of the most prestigious debate competitions in the country. Not only did they compete, but they won the competition that was filled with students from wealthier school districts from around the nation. And so we do get different results than what the stats say, but we are different than the typical public school. So different that North Star kindergartners from all 6 elementary schools have finished in the 91st percentile nationally in reading and in the 98th percentile in math, after starting below the 11th percentile in the fall. This is a standard performance level of all of our students. We're so proud that in 3rd and 4th grade, our scholars in ELA or literacy have performed all kinds of metrics. They've outperformed the national average, New Jersey average, and the economically advantaged cohorts of students. North Star, that's the yellow bar, is really outperforming across the board. The same is true for math. And while these scores represent 2017 and 2018, they are also the typical way our students perform year after year. So why are we here? We are proud of the pathway for our students to be the masters of their own destinies. If students are reading at or above grade level by 3rd grade, they are well on their way to graduate from college and be college ready. We are here so that all of our children can go to and through the college of their choice. And we are college prep focused. Our students will achieve at levels that exceed state standards in order to compete with private school students, because it's never too early to start thinking about college. And in fact, we're not just talking about the kindergarten program here. We're talking about the K-16 plus journey. We hope this first year reminds you that we are connected with you for life. When your students get into high school, they are going to experience a really challenging program. In 2017, the Washington Post ranked North Star High School as the 4th most challenging high school in New Jersey. This is where we continue to see results. Our students are graduating from at exceptional rates. Here are some of the colleges that our North Star alum have graduated from. Who are we? Again, we are not only focused on academics. Ultimately, we want our students to become the moral leaders of the world and community. It's not just about the rigorous program, but a joyful one that allows them to hopefully give back. When our students receive a college degree, the opportunities are real. Here's some information on average income levels based on having a college degree or not. Now, we know that there are other pathways for success in life. The program we commit to is college readiness and college graduation, because our students deserve to have the skills and knowledge that allow them to of their own choice. We are a community. To get to there, we have to work together as a community. Here's a quote from one of our family members that talks about her dreams and hopes for her child. Today, my son has great ambitions. Despite the challenges that lay ahead, he wants to go to college. Now he knows he's going to college. He wants to be a businessman one day, and I now believe he can do it. This is someone who transferred her child from a different school setting into ours and saw the changes of growth immediately. In addition to our rigorous academics, we value our core values, which are caring, respect, responsibility, justice, and courage. Additionally, we ground ourselves in ensuring that our students are ready. That's actually an acronym for the following: showing respect, making eye contact, asking and answering questions, digging into all of your work, and really remembering that you bring your whole self and full self to the class to learn and help others around you. Take a moment now to just read through our language for ready. Ultimately, it is about our scholars remembering to stay focused and attentive during instruction so they can learn at the highest levels. But don't worry, teachers will make it fun along the way. Our Dean of Students, Dean Conde, is also a valuable member of our community. Dean Conde plays a key role in making sure our students remember our core values and remember their mission. If you hear from Dean Conde, it's not a negative thing, it's a form of communication, and our Dean of Students is amazing. The goal of our Dean of Students is that we can work together, ensuring that we are doing everything in our part together as a team to ensure that our scholars are working at their very best. So why are we here? Our details separate champions from contenders. So what does our curriculum look like? How is it different from others? We have really amazing, caring, prepared teachers. Our teachers are hungry for continuous growth. They get feedback, they work and plan with one another to make sure that they are targeting every single scholar's instruction. So you can rely on them to stay in contact with them and with you, and to provide additional resources and making sure that you have a continued communication, knowing your child's progress. Here's an overview of our typical schedule. You'll notice that our scholars have performing arts and fitness. Performing arts is really a communication program. It's a college readiness program that allows your scholar to learn how to tell their story, to communicate with the world and with all audiences, and remind anyone and everyone in the room that their voice matters. So when you see those plays and you see those performances, you're going to be blown away, but not only by their performances, but their ability to show confidence. ultimately enhancing their ability to open up the doors for all opportunities. We provide breakfast. If you feel it is convenient to send your scholar to school and have breakfast, that is fantastic. Bring them early so that they can eat and then they are ready for the day. Community Circle. Community Circle is a critical part of our program. It allows students to see older scholars engage in rigorous content and exude pride in their class and in our school spirit. It reminds us that we are working together on one central mission: college readiness and opportunity. We're excited to be different in that way. We're not in an isolated classroom, but instead we are working together and learning together from everyone in our community. Read aloud. We have a read aloud curriculum exposing students to rich vocabulary and awesome reading skills that will help them have the practice to then learn it independently. We also have 3 literacy blocks where students get the opportunity to read independently, get feedback, and build a strong love for reading. Our writing program. We have a strong writing program. That's where scholars shine brightly. They write every single day to get better and better. You'll get more information in Back to School Night in September, but a quick note: allow your scholar to write independently while completing their life's work. Without immediate corrections, let them write and try to spell. That's going to create confidence and independence so that they can try anything. After they are done writing, then you can support and clarify. What you can do is you can write the words underneath for scholars. That will teach our scholars to try your best and then will help when you are done. We also have an amazing social studies and science program. It's very hands-on and our scholars love it. They're engaged in experiments and activities, and it reminds them that they can become whatever they want and they have the ability to learn new things and become experts at it. Math. Math is not the way that most of us have grew up with it. It is quite hands-on and allows our scholars to explain their thinking. Additionally, it allows our scholars to be ready for algebra and calculus that we want them to have access to in high school and in college. Physical education. You'll see Coach C. She's amazing. She's going to ensure our scholars are fit and excited and have opportunities for movement, just like they have in performing arts. And again, our performing arts program focuses on communication to foster our scholars' ability to speak and present themselves effectively. Our PA program consistently reminds our children that they matter. We also have a skills room. The amazing results you saw earlier are not just representative of our general education students. We have a large population of students that have different learning styles, and we welcome those learners. If your child already has an IEP or a 504, absolutely submit those papers so we can best support your child. Our children love the extra support, and we are more happily ready to provide it. Our school nurse. Nurse L is quite wonderful. She is here for your scholars' health needs. Sometimes they might visit her for something minor. They might need a quick check-in and then she sends them back to class. If it's something more serious, she will absolutely reach out to the families. If you have more concerning healthcare issues, no worries. Nurse L is more than well equipped to attend to all health matters. We are excited to have her continue supporting all of our families and scholars. We also have an amazing social worker. Her goal is to support our scholars if they need direct counseling or provide resources to our families. If you need anything, all you have to do is reach out. So what are our expectations that allow us to be different and get those different results? Our summer life's work program. It's not just homework. It allows your scholars to start developing foundational skills, strong habits, and it allows us to give you a guide early on and about our academics. So what's in it? We have a reading log and letter identification. We want your scholars to be able to identify all of their uppercase and lowercase letters, as well as the sounds that each letter makes. Additionally, there will be handwriting practice, a picture that will show your scholar how to hold a pencil and which will build stamina in their writing and allow them to write for longer periods of time. In math, we want scholars to counting to at least 25, ideally 50 or beyond, recognizing that numbers can be written and visualized. This all comes in a pack. And then lastly, to really set your scholars up for success, practicing and mastering their pre-K sight words. Practicing their sight words with oral drill and having them on flashcards so that scholars can use them throughout the week. This will help build habits around completing homework and setting your scholars up for success in the upcoming years. If you have any questions about the life work, please contact our main office. We will check when scholars return in August that they have completed their life work to a high quality and on their own. If the life work is not completed, we will work to meet with you immediately to discuss how we can get it done and how we can ensure that we are setting our scholars up for success with these important life work habits. And now I'm going to pass it over to Ms. De Silva.
At Uncommon Schools North Star Academy, our community is comprised of students, our families, teachers, staff, and school leaders. We believe in the importance of working together to make a positive impact on academic and social growth of every child. Partnering with your child's teacher in support of student growth, achievement, and character development is something that is a cornerstone at North Star Academy. Your family involvement is important for a variety of reasons, including our treasure chest. This is our awards and incentive system. This is the opportunity where we have to celebrate things like task readiness on a daily basis, doing their homework every single day, and their attendance. We celebrate them with a certificate on a weekly and monthly basis. This is where you come in to celebrate those successes alongside them because it reminds their scholar that you and the school are working together and that you have the same expectations. We cannot wait to celebrate your scholars' attendance and hard work in the upcoming school year, and thank you so much in advance for your partnership. Here are a few other ways that we expect our families to engage as a community. To read to your child for at least 20 minutes every evening, including weekends, and then signing off on the reading log, making sure that your child's completing their life's work on a daily basis, and then signing it in the life's work folder and returning it, reinforcing our code of conduct, and communicating with the school and your child's teachers. At North Star, we have 4 mandatory meetings each year, the back to school night, and 3 report card conferences. We don't just send report cards home. You get to come in and talk to your scholars' teachers and go over every part of it. As partners, you support us in upholding our school culture in many other ways. So we're about to review school uniforms, attendance, and healthy eating habits. We do have a school uniform at North Star Academy in order to keep our focus on academics and have a strong school culture. It helps to build cohesion and community. Our school uniform can be purchased from Flynn and O'Hara. You can purchase the shirt, the navy polo directly from them in either short or long sleeve, and it must remain tucked in. You also have the option of purchasing the sweater or cardigan. And you also have the option of purchasing a fleece, although that is not allowed to be worn inside of the classroom because it is considered outerwear. All undershirts must be a solid color, and sneakers must be 100% black, sneakers or shoes, 100% black. If a pattern or a logo is present, it must also be 100% black, and the sole must be 100% black as well. Here are a few examples of what works in terms of being all black and what does not work. For your pants, you can purchase any tan or khaki bottoms from any brand as long as they fit and sit comfortably at the waist. Pants must be straight-legged without any cargo pockets, and capri pants or shorts are not allowed to be worn. For skirts, they must be knee length and have to be worn with either solid tights or knee socks. And then for socks, scholars can wear any color with their pants. If your scholar is going to be out for whatever reason, you must call the main office. We need to know because we are liable for your child and we want to be there to support. Learning loss is real, so please ensure that your scholar arrives to school on time. As long as the school is in session, your scholar should be with us. Please schedule any appointments for Friday afternoon to ensure that they're not missing any critical learning time. Again, learning is occurring from the moment that our doors open until dismissal. For the upcoming school year, you are going to be tardy at 7:51. Arriving late does not allow your scholar to start their day with their best foot forward. Missing instruction puts them at a disadvantage because we do so much in a single day. And we take on-time attendance very seriously. So please make sure that your scholar is here at the start of instruction each day. We also provide a snack and a healthy lunch every single day as well. As much as possible, if you are providing your scholar with their own personal snack, we recommend a healthy choice. Next, we want to review important updates about our health and safety protocols, our top priority. As vaccines become more and more available in the state of New Jersey and the vaccination rates are increasing across the country, we are hopeful to return to a more sense of normalcy in the 21-22 school year. The plan is to have scholars back in the building with us 5 days a week. We will share more about what this looks like as we get closer to our return in August and as we get more additional guidance from the CDC and the state of New Jersey. Just over a year ago, as the pandemic hit us, we took fast action to make sure that we were doing our part to keep the community safe. And in a matter of hours, we pivoted to remote learning. As we and the world learned more about COVID, we realized that we couldn't stay at home in isolation forever. And so we started to test a variety of safety measures. And through a very tough year, the research and experience of this pandemic has shown us what is the most critical and effective safety measures are. We no longer need to throw the kitchen sink at the problem because science has provided us with a clear perspective on what works. The 5 key risk mitigation strategies are what we are prioritizing are the universal and correct use of masks, physical distancing, hand washing and respiratory etiquette, cleaning and maintaining healthy facilities, and contact tracing in combination with isolation and quarantine. Our approach is represented well by this stack of Swiss cheese that we have been using throughout the year. Essentially, it's a layered approach of our health and safety planning. While each strategy by itself is not a silver bullet to the solution, the combination of all the strategies combined is what creates the strength of our health and safety protocol, keeping everyone in our community safe. And now back to Ms. Clark for some first day reminders.
We are so excited to welcome your scholars to the first day of school. On Monday, August 23rd, kindergarten scholars will begin their first day of instruction. On Wednesday, August 25th, our first through fourth graders will join for their first days of instruction. Additionally, for the first day of school, just some reminders. Please make sure to purchase your scholar's uniform, just as Mr. Silva stated, from our Flynn and O'Hara shop. Please pack an extra set of school appropriate clothes, bring that completed life's work, and a book bag. And then additionally, please go back to this email where you found this video and sign our North Star Parent Pledge. Thank you for beginning your journey with us. We are excited to welcome your scholars in August and start our to and through college mission. If you have any questions, please reach out to our North Star email, which is info.nsales@northstaracademy.org. Have a great day.